Afghanistan has defied the harsh plateau terrain and invested $6 million to forcefully build a highway that reaches the Chinese border at an altitude of 4,000 meters on the Pamir Plateau. This passage, known as the Walk-in Highway, faces directly the Walk-in Corridor, the only overland connection between China and Afghanistan. Without waiting for China's approval, Afghanistan has extended the road right to China's doorstep. The Taliban has clear strategic intentions. Once the Walk-in Corridor is fully opened, it could generate $6 billion in annual transit fees. What does this mean? This is roughly 3 times their annual military expenditure. More critically, Afghanistan is sitting on a gold mine, with mineral reserves valued at $1 to $3 trillion, especially the world's largest phosphorus reserves, which precisely match the demand gap in China's new energy industry. No wonder they are so eager to build the road. Afghanistan has even set a deadline for itself. It must be fully open by 2025. But China's attitude has been rather delicate. China has previously stated that due to the special nature of border areas, harsh construction conditions, and uncertain safety and controllability, opening up the area is not feasible at the current stage. In other words, China has neither approved nor rejected the plan. All in all, the message is, don't be hasty. Why is China so calm? As is known to all, the area is snowed in for 9 months a year. Between the steep cliffs on both sides, only a few oilcloth tents can occasionally be seen. The permanent population is no more than 12,000. It is a veritable alpine desert zone where roads are passable for at most 2 or 3 months a year. Sudden avalanches and rockfalls can cut off the road at any time. There isn't even a gas station in the area, and GPS and mobile phone signals often fail. It is more like a corner forgotten by time. Running large trucks there is extremely dangerous. The biggest safety issue, however, involves people. Afghanistan itself cannot control extremist groups such as ISIS and the East Turkestan Islamic Movement, ETIM. These terrorist groups pose considerable trouble for China's Xinjiang region. This hasty move by the Taliban to build the road right up to China's doorstep seems more like a desperate, uncalculated attempt out of sheer urgency. For China, the unstable situation in Afghanistan, weak infrastructure, high development costs, insufficient governance capabilities of the Taliban, and unresolved issues of international recognition pose significant risks to cooperation. What has been agreed upon could change at any moment. Existing channels such as the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC, remain a higher priority. To be honest, though, the Taliban's actions do show that it has the intention to develop Afghanistan. In contrast, I have to mention Pakistan, or more precisely, Balochistan. I believe many are aware that Chinese enterprises are developing projects there, but Balochistan has consistently caused disruptions. Their grievances essentially boil down to 4 points. First, they claim Pakistan is selling off Balochistan's mineral resources. Second, Chinese companies have not improved local income conditions. Third, it's unfair that Chinese employees earn higher salaries than locals. And fourth, too few local residents are hired. Do you think this is reasonable? I've watched many media videos making such claims, many of them from Indian media, and they've gained significant traction. But in my view, this is the result of long-term media brainwashing. From my verification, Chinese construction companies have employed over 8,000 local workers there. You can't claim a company doesn't hire locals just because you weren't hired, right? Next, regarding salary issues, do you have the relevant knowledge, skills, and experience? For example, computer literacy, welding skills, risk management, etc. From what I understand, the illiteracy rate in Pakistan's Balochistan province is as high as 72%. On what basis can one demand high salaries? If you have real capabilities, you can succeed anywhere. There are many ways to make a living. You don't have to work for a company. In my opinion, the most urgent task for Pakistan right now is to strengthen infrastructure, like roads. In most areas, not even vehicles can pass through. How can development happen under such conditions? Look how clever the Afghan Taliban is. If China doesn't take the initiative, they'll proactively reach out. They're determined to leverage China's economic strength for their own development. As for the claim that the Pakistani government is selling out Balochistan's mineral resources, that's even more nonsensical. Minerals lie underground, and whether they are exploited or not has no direct impact on individuals. What matters is only the compensation they receive through mining companies, which boils down to issues of more or less pay. Love it or hate it, that's the reality. Finally, I want to say this: a true helper will never hand you a gun to confront your rival, but rather strive to reconcile you. What exactly is India's approach toward Balochistan? I think you should all reflect on that carefully.